Hello and welcome to Learn. As more and more countries are racing towards lunar exploration, the space region between Earth and the Moon is set to become more crowded in the near future. The increasing interest in the Moon is driven by various factors. One of the main reasons is that the Moon is seen as a potential source of valuable resources such as water and rare minerals. In addition, the Moon is also seen as a potential location for scientific research and as a base for future exploration of the solar system. As a result, multiple nations and private companies are planning lunar missions in the next decade, with the goal of landing astronauts on the Moon, building habitats on the surface, and developing infrastructure in orbit. Cislunar space, the area between Earth and the Moon, is becoming increasingly crowded, as it is seen as a strategic location for the development of satellite and communication systems, as well as a potential location for future space-based industries. This increased interest in the Moon and cislunar space could lead to competition over resources and positioning, and even geopolitical conflicts, as seen in the competing rhetoric between the US and Chinese government. The US, China, South Korea, the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, India and Russia are among the nations with planned robotic missions. In recent years, various countries have been expanding their space exploration efforts, with some achieving significant milestones. For instance, in 2019, Israel and India attempted to land spacecraft on the Moon. South Korea successfully sent a spacecraft to lunar orbit, and a Japanese company, iSpace, launched a lunar lander with the help of a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. But the country that has attracted the most attention and concern from the United States is China. China tremendously has been making significant strides in space technology and has begun to close the gap on the technological advantage held by the US for decades. The NASA Administrator Bill Nelson said in a recent interview that the competition between the United States and China for lunar exploration and resources is becoming increasingly intense. Nelson warns that Beijing may attempt to establish a presence on the Moon and dominate the most resource-rich locations, or even exclude the US from these areas. He also cautions that China's ambitious space program, including its recent opening of a new space station, and its goal of landing takernauts on the Moon by the end of the decade, as well as its plans for building infrastructure in space and creating a space governance system, could further complicate the competition. Nelson suggests that the next 2 years will be crucial in determining which country gains the upper hand in this race to the Moon. Even commercial companies such as SpaceX have lunar ambitions, preparing to launch a private crew in lunar orbit for tourism. While increased access to space and the Moon brings many benefits for humanity, such as the potential for new technologies and industries, it also raises the potential for tensions over competing interests. These tensions could have far-reaching economic and political consequences, such as competition over resources and positioning, and even geopolitical conflicts. Therefore, it is important for all nations and private companies to work together to ensure that the exploration and development of the Moon and cislunar space is done in a peaceful and cooperative manner. Thank you for watching. We hope you found the information interesting. Please do not forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon to keep updated with our latest videos. See you again.